Thank you very much for having me here. After all that nice explanations about clouds and digitalization, communication and all that nice stuff, I want to talk about an application in all that new world we got explained here. So when you see what we have on the agenda, modern technology to increase rail efficiency. So what means modern? I asked myself, what is modern? And I came to the conclusion, maybe the most modern technology we have already on hand is the ATO, the automatic train operation. And that is what I want to explain to you now, a bit more, a bit deeper. Don't worry, just 10 minutes. Okay, can we have the next slide, or I can do that by myself? I can do that by myself. So when we're talking about ATO, we have degrees or grades of automatization. We start with the left side, Goa 1. Goa 1, can you hear me well? Louder? Okay. That is a problem maybe. So Goa 1 is more or less that what we all know, that is the train operation by a train driver. The train driver can drive the train, drives completely manual, sees the obstruction in front of the train by his eyes. He can manually dispatch the train. He decides when he starts from the platform. So all is manually, as we well know. So now the next step is the high automatic operation with limited driver involvement. But the trick is we need the driver to start this automatic operation. So when the driver wants to go into a Goa 2 operation, he needs to push a button. There is not a fully automated system which comes from the cloud and gives the starting point, the trigger point for the train. We need the driver. So the driver is also in charge further on to do the obstruction detection in front of the train, manual train dispatching, and even he has to work when it comes to an emergency situation. The Goa 2 is, in my eyes, the next step we have to find and bring into our operation world. When we have a look to the more future and the fully automatic operation, we come to Goa 3. And the Goa 3 is an automatic train operation, including obstruction detection. So we don't need the driver's eyes, we have detectors to observe the track in front of the train. Yeah, and the next step is even the manual train dispatching is not anymore with a train driver or let's say with a conductor in the train. There's a centralized timetable-based control system which takes care that the train follows exactly the timetable. So, and then the driver is not on his seat, what you see there. Maybe he is in the next coach and sleeping, yeah? So we don't need him anymore. But that is really a far future scenario. At the moment, we are looking more to Goa 2. So Goa 2, what is the operation and what has the driver to do this Goa 2 operation? At first, the start of the mission. That means the system sends to the ATO onboard unit, which is a little computer inside the train. And this computer requests the journey profile. That means the time schedule, the meeting points, so that the train can follow automatically the different milestones, let's say. And it needs the section profile. What is in front of the train? Is there a construction area, or is there a slow speed section or a curve, whatever? This information come by this nice radio we got explained some minutes before to that onboard unit, and the onboard unit is now ready to operate the train automatically after the train driver push the button. So now the train moves. The train moves not like a human operator would drive the train. this system knows more. The system knows exactly is the train behind or before the schedule. So when the train is behind the schedule, it accelerates a bit more. When he knows, oh, I have time enough, then it starts to decelerate and run a bit flat so that it saves energy, very efficient. So the train comes to the station and the train stops automatically, very accurate at the position which was defined before. The door operation can be done automatically. It can also be done by the driver. It's in the hands of the driver. The driver has to initiate this automatic operation. And afterwards, the train can start to the next station after initiating of the driver. And another thing which comes in consideration in the system, and it's very important, we have weather conditions. So when the weather conditions are bad, the system knows that, and the system reacts with an adaptation of the curve and the time schedule according to that problems with the weather. So ATO alone makes not really sense. So we need, in the most of the cases, an ETCS system underlaid. When you look to that red line, which is the emergency braking distance to the safety point there on the scale horizontal, then is that the last way to stop the train safely before it comes to a crash. ETCS takes care that this red line is never overshot. Before ETCS initiates the so-called service brake distance, that is the green line, before the system warns the driver and says, take care, when you not brake, then I give you a service brake. So, and the driver, usually that's the yellow line, drives far behind that situation where it comes to that influencing curve of the ETCS system. That is not efficient enough because that gives capacity back to the line. You could do that more optimized. For that, we have the ATO line there. The ATO starts to drive directly to the intervention curve of the service brake. So it takes care that the train never runs into a service brake. And that gives capacity. When we look to the situation on the line, there's a train in front of our train. Our train comes from the left side. There's a signaling block behind. The ETCS braking distance is from the train to the end of the block. The ETCS braking distance is according to the service brake intervention, that blue line. And now we see the ATO line, the ETO curve. The train moves directly till the ETCS braking distance occurs and is below, a little bit below that curve. So that means the headway with ATO is much shorter than without ETO. That gives us a capacity, potential capacity of around about 30% increase. I think that is interesting. When we come to that in an application, maybe Gautrain here in South Africa, we can calculate with a higher capacity of the line when we equip that application or that Gautrain infrastructure with that technology. Yeah, we talked about this coasting. That was the word what I missed. So when we drive the train under ATO, we know exactly we have time or we have not time. And when we have time, we can come to the coasting where we save the energy. And the energy savings is under ATO usually 30%, which is a lot when everybody talks about energy, which is not enough at the moment available. So another advantage of that ATO application is a stopping position. With the stopping balises, is it possible to stop the train very accurate in the right position at the platform? So that gives the advantages for the wheelchair ramps and screen doors. When you have platform screen doors, it's necessary to stop the train in the right position, and ATO helps and is doing that automatically. One too much? Yeah, ATO alone, as I said, is not the best solution. In combination with the ETCS, which is a standard in the world, or for the world, let's say, all the new lines in Europe and all new trains in Europe have to be equipped with ETCS. So even in South Africa, the last tenders ask for ETCS. That is a common technology. And we can add some benefits. When we add ATO on top, we say ATO over ETCS, which gives more performance, energy savings, and a capacity increase. This combination is even on the train a combination hardware-wise. That means the computer in the ETCS application can also deal with the ATO functionalities. By the way, ETCS is a standard, as I said, so the interoperability is given. That means all what was discussed in the morning, a seamless train run from country to country, will be supported by ETCS. Even the rules, the special rules of the different countries will be much easier under ETCS because you have a new rule catalog under ETCS. And even ATO is on the way to get standardized. That means at the end, the interoperability under ATO over ETCS will be standardized, and the interoperability between countries and even suppliers will be given. Huge advantage in my eyes. So to summarize it, it's a bit in delay here. Can we have the next slide? Yeah. To summarize, the ATO technology gives an improved network operation performance, as explained, enhanced infrastructure and transport capacity. We have increased stopping accuracy, improved timetable stability and punctuality, which is really important when the train moves automatically from station to station. We have energy savings. We have, because of that, reduced mechanical wear and tear. You can imagine the maintenance is much less when you drive your train in an efficient and optimized way. The passenger comfort increased, not only because of the stopping accuracy, even the train will not accelerate so dramatically, and the braking is also more smooth. The optimized boarding and passenger management, that gives us in applications where we have to deal with a very short dwell time, a lot of advantages. So overall, it is a modern technology, maybe not in each and every railway today, but for the future, I think we should have an eye on that. Under the condition that we have cloud-based technology on hand in the future for the interlockings with an extended range of driving elements in the field at the end, as Kevin already explained, we're talking about a point machine. There is not much more remaining. We can say that in this digital world, this ATO will help us a lot. Thank you very much.